Let's go on to the next step. Star Wars. You like Star Wars? Yeah, yeah. George Lucas, brilliant. And this whole Star Wars. Up through what part, which Star Wars did you like the best?
I think episode 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
And Rogue One.
Yeah, and 1. Yeah. And then they got a little bit commercialized, but, still a good point. Let me point out something very interesting. Star Wars, that opening line. What was that? What was that opening line that's so familiar now, part of the human lexicon? They're mumbling. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. A long time ago. That is the key. So most people, it kind of goes past them, I think. So you got these spaceships and they're traveling around, and you got these huge space colonies and floating around out there, and you think, well, that's in the future. Oh no, my friends, that's the past. That's where you came from. That's where you came from. Before this place of Earth ever really came to be, there was life that you could say was somewhere between the physical realm and the ethereal realm. It wasn't crystallized yet like it is here. And it was actually on Earth itself, this planet, where life as you know it in your biology became crystallized. There are realms out there where you did go in these space colonies. Now, the mind jumps in and thinks of hard matter like you have it right now. It was somewhere in between a biology and a light body, somewhere in between a wall like this that's hard and no wall at all. I invite you to feel into that for a moment. Before you ever came to this planet, life existed. It wasn't just all gossamer, airy-fairy, light, and no value. It was the beginning of what you would call matter. A beginning of matter. And that past, long before you ever came to the Earth, that past is still there. And it's still buzzing around in outer space, in colonies. And there are still, from way back when, there are still many, many places in the physical universe that are really just being birthed right now. It's all happening right now. Once you really allow yourself to go into the eterna, you realize it's all there. It's all happening, and it's not like what you've learned about evolution. Evolution basically has part of it right, but a huge part of it wrong. In all due respect to Charles Darwin, Darwin was looking at it from a very narrow, focused viewpoint, and in that perspective, evolution is brilliant. He talks about survival of the fittest. He talks about millions and millions and millions of years of the evolutionary process. To a degree, that's correct, but to another big degree, it's missing the point. If it is based simply on linear time, then it would appear to be true, but the fact is there really is no linear time. I mean, there is, but it's not all that there is. As I pointed out in Pronost, time is fracturing right now on the planet. That's why people are so anxious. They're used to the patterns of the past, the linear past, and it's starting to break apart right now. They're going to have difficulty coping with it. You won't have to at all. You're going to be enjoying your life, realizing that time is relatively inconsequential unless you want it to serve you, realizing that right now there's part of you that's in one of these pre-Earth colonies buzzing around the universe. Your physical universe is made up of some very, very primary elements. There's really just 10, but only three of them are important. Hydrogen, helium. Hydrogen makes up 70% of the matter in the universe. Helium makes up 28, 29%. Oxygen, less than 1%. That's your reality. That's the structure that creates everything in your physical universe and in the quasi-physical universes, in the universes that aren't quite so crystallized as here. So when you feel into it, you get so ingrained in life and everything. You look out there, or you look in here, you look anywhere, you look at the news, you look at other people, it's just hydrogen, helium, and a little bit of oxygen, and a few other very minor trace elements, 10 in total, but those are the biggies. That's all reality is. It is very flexible. It's not that immalleable. It's very flexible. That's all you're dealing with in physical reality. Now, those are the elements of matter, but there are other variables in there. There's something called quanta. Quanta is we've talked about it in Kihak, but quanta is about a million times smaller, you could say, than the atomic structure itself. The atomic structure, is observable to humans these days. Quanta is not yet. So you've got quanta, which is not really in time or space at all, but it is time and space in a way. We'll get into it a lot more in Kihak. The point is that all of this isn't linear. All of it is not solid and strong. And right now, it's all changing very quickly. Evolution is okay to a point, but the fact is that you take flexible time now, and the whole theory of absolute evolution of a species goes out the window. You can transcend evolution. You can accelerate evolution as it is happening on the planet right now through technology. You're accelerating evolution at a pace that never seen before on the planet or anywhere else in creation. There's no other life form, planetary life form, that is going through the rapid change of what you call evolution like it's happening on the planet right now. And all of the cosmos is watching what happens here right now. This planet, which you scoff at sometimes, but this planet is a planet where love was first experienced. This planet is a planet where life became crystallized and embedded on the planet. Others right now, and they're not really planets, but let's call them realms. They're getting there slowly, but it's all happening right here. Everybody's watching. The ascended masters, the Crimson Council, the angelic beings are all watching. Every new Earth right now is watching what's happening here. And you wonder why there's such anxiety. It's changing very, very fast right now. The biggest ingredient is that right now, instead of a time-based evolutionary process, whether it's regarding the biology, the mind, the spirit right now, can be transcended quite easily by understanding that there is the and, that there is timelessness, that right now your past in these, I'm going to call them the Star War periods. And there's the movies that are out, and that the initial concept was channeled, was tapped into by George Lucas. Now been kind of overly commercialized, but it is really kind of on track for what really happened out there, and what is happening in a way to you right now, way back then. And the end result of it, we talk about it in Journey of the Angels, everything came to a slowdown. Everything came to a slowdown, and it was wondering if energy would come to a total impasse. That's the Star Wars that hasn't been produced yet. Everything stops.